Hey everyone, how are you all doing?
Hi, everybody.
So yeah, today we're gonna have a little look at all of the GPT-5 goodness that OpenAI has deigned to give us, and see what we think of it. I've made some tweaks to the Notion doc, so you may need to refresh if you download it or if you like open the link kind of more than 2 minutes ago. Because at the time of writing the document, we didn't know that there wouldn't be parameters.
Yeah,
Um, so, I mean, that makes life very easy for us in the sense of like, what are the best parameters? But
the
whatever they
answer is
say.
no.
Yeah. Um, so that'll be fascinating to see. But yes, the idea is that we're going to go and test it for idea generation, prose generation, text replacement, summarization, and analysis of prose, and just in general, kind of get a grip of how good the different models are and where things lie around it. So yeah, we'll see how things are going. Hi, Jean Luc. Hi, Occult. I hope you are all doing well. Joe, what are you drinking today? The important questions. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Let me turn on my light. Um, has anyone had some time to play around with the models? Like, does anyone have any favorites? Like, share with us all what you're kind of up to at the moment. That would be cool. Hi, Emery. Um, while I load up, so I've kind of loaded up a few chats already. Um, that was okay. That's I guess Don saying, I'm seeing on X that the only thinking GPT-5 model has, the thinking GPT model has writing improvements. Which is the thinking one? Is that Mini? Or
No,
are all of
no.
them thinking? Because I thought they were all had possibilities for thinking.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
we'll 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 try playing with that today.
Yeah. Oh, dirty chai, nice. Okay, so we're gonna head straight in, like while I'm hearing everyone's thoughts, because we're gonna try and get through a lot. So my first test is kind of a bit of a just like an idea generation. Let's go on chat. So I'll do chat first. I when we were looking at um the genre of the series I've been writing on Wednesdays, AI came up with slick corporate thriller fueled by dangerously inconvenient romance. And I feel dangerously inconvenient romance is like such a vibe. So
Yep.
I was like really curious to see what AI would come up with as other things for this genre. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, John Luke. Hi, Blink.
I think
Um,
we know. I think we know Jean-Luc's.
I mean, I definitely saw him commenting about its use of writing in French. So let's see how we can prize things out. Yeah, so let's send this first message. We'll just have a little look. Okay, so this is chat that we're looking
Yep,
at.
GPT-5
Uh,
chat.
Let me just zoom in a bit. Okay. 10 strong, varied, high concept ideas that makes corporate intrigue with romance that creates risk and drama. Since your tagline is slick corporate da la la, the key is to make the romance essential to the tension, not an added subplot. A ruthless corporate raider takes aim at a tech company only to fall for the CFO who's secretly working to sabotage his takeover from within. Um, risk analysis. Inside trader, auditor. She puts a risk on with the CEO's son. Oh, wow, I got loyalty to his father and saving him from an accident. Um, breaking the line, the PR director's job is to protect an energy conglomerate from a dangerous whistleblower leak. Falling for the whistleblower forces her to choose between corporate loyalty and moral truth. Look, I mean, these all seem like very decent ideas. Like that, um, they feel a little bit like. To be fair, they're what I would expect of the genre. They're just a tiny bit bland, maybe.
You can you can try
Yeah,
the magic words. You could
I
say
could.
you could say think carefully and try again.
That is true. That's what, just new message or just in here?
Now just put it in there and see what happens. See if it pauses.
Okay, so we're seeing if it pauses, if we can coax out the thinking.
Nope.
Not for this. Okay, not for chat. Although it is thinking, to be fair. I mean, it's really wanting the romance angle, like, I mean, it's, they're all right. Like, they're not bad. Oh, hi, Todd. It's nice to see you here. It's if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, we're just kind of like vibing, getting some tests, seeing how these all go. So I'll try Mini next. Just same question. See, Mini's taking a while to think about this. It makes me wonder if chat maybe doesn't think by default. Whereas, like,
It could also just be the model is overloaded too. I mean, yeah.
yeah, that is also true. Oh my god, that is like GPT Flash levels
Yeah.
of oh, merger and acquisition. I was like, what is an M&A? I was like, that
Yes.
sounds like a suite.
I can translate American English on the spot, so.
I mean, these feel a bit better, actually.
Yeah.
I prefer these.
Yeah, I mean, the one issue with the chat, with GPT-5 chat, is it's very tuned to chat. And even though, yes, we're in chat, we're kind of asking for a very specific request.
Yeah. So, like, okay, so I'm going to put fine, bland, and thing out. Okay, so 5 Mini, much more creative than chat in idea generation.
Now, it would be curious with Nano to see if there's a pause.
Yeah. Nano. Let's open the thread. Hi, Danny. Okay, let's see. Okay. There is a pause. What that means, I'm not sure.
And we don't know. It could just be the moderation layer that's also bogged down too. So
yeah, I feel like maybe in the thing, the dangerously inconvenient makes it more dangerous than I kind of feel like the emphasis is more on the dangerous rather than the inconvenient in a way.
yeah.
Like for me, I interpret that as just it's annoyingly inconvenient. It's like, oh, why now? But okay. Oh my god, got the M&A again.
Yep. I saw there was a VC centered story idea down there.
Okay, AI bias in the boss. A Prodigy product lead for a flagship AI platform begins a dangerous romance with the in-house lawyer. Oh, the product lead, not the product. Okay, that's fine. I was about to say it's an AI romance. Regulators are sniffing around for bias and privacy breaches. The couple must navigate moral duty, corporate spin, and fear the truth could derail a career they're both chasing. As they fall deeper in love, they uncover IPO infiltration, mistake earnings to push. What is IPO? Is that like patent
Initial
stuff?
public offering. It's when a
Right.
company goes public.
Right. Okay. Together, must decide to stop the fraud and stay together or protect each other by keeping quiet. I mean, like them better than the chats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Jean-Luc was just
Oh.
commenting on too. Very similar to Mini.
Yeah. Okay. Let's now try 5 proper. I think so. I've got an OpenAI key. So if it doesn't work here, I can just switch things around. Yeah. Let me go on AI connections. Move that down.
Yep. That's and that's what Kate just got,
Yeah.
was that
Oh,
message.
and so yeah, you saw that moderation message. So that's because when I use my OpenAI key, Novelcrafter does the moderation check rather than when I use the OpenRouter key. OpenRouter does the check on their end. So it's interesting to see. So, and also like when I was on the AI connections, if you change the order, it changes the order in which the models are picked. So like if I have Google Studio above OpenRouter, it means it'll use my Google Studio key first for Google based models.
Yeah.
This is writing loads. I could okay. It's not given any preamble or postamble. It's just like, yep, here are your things. Okay, hostile hearts, hostile takeover. A London conglomerate moves to swallow a chic Nordic tech firm. The acquirer's star negotiator falls for the target's razor-sharp general counsel as reverse due diligence uncovers a buried bribery scheme. Their secrets become leverage and boardroom coup turns deadly. Choose love, lose the deal, or expose the fraud and destroy each other. Okay. I mean, it feels like they've given much more like full pictures. Like it feels like it's
Yeah,
tried to
for each
be a bit.
idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Biotech darling races to fast track a gene therapy before a rival beats them to market. The company's PR chief starts a clandestine affair with the clinical statistician trying to blow the whistle on the hidden fatalities. Brussels regulators circle, the share price soars on lies, someone is rigging data, and the lovers are the only ones who can stop it without going to prison. Okay, so this is like intense. They've got the two
Yeah.
playing with each other. Yeah, so Todd, OpenRouter don't have you have to bring your own key to OpenRouter to use ChatGPT 5.
Yeah. GPT-5 is locked down right now. So
Yeah. So you can't use it on OpenRouter. It'll be available
yeah.
soon, but it's just because
Which
they're rolling
is
it out slowly.
yeah. I mean, we don't even know if it'll be available soon, actually. It's
Well,
up,
so we
yeah.
say soon,
Yeah.
like relative, but yeah, the only reason we have access to it is because I've spent far too much money on fine tuning, and so I'm of a high enough tier. So don't do a me.
Yep. That's why we're
It's not even a
that's
yeah.
also why we're demonstrating it last, because I know
Yeah.
most people don't have access to it.
Like it's not even a company key. This is just my personal experiments. And I'm
Yep.
like, oh my god, how much money have I spent over the last few years? It's quite terrible. Okay, a luxury house prepares its IPO while having a brutal supply chain. The heir apparent falls for an activist who has infiltrated the sustainability team. Milan showrooms glitter, Leicester factories burn. He can bring the truth to light or protect the family name and lose her and his soul. I like that. That is interesting to me.
Yeah.
And also very interesting because Leicester factories, that's in the UK. That is where a lot of like clothing is made, and there's a big fabric
Mhm.
industry there. So it's like actually, and I feel like unless you were British, you probably wouldn't know that, or in the fashion industry. So it's interesting that they bring that and tie it in. And so it's like, oh, you're like, okay, it's like it's using a lot of data to kind of inform these. Um, oh no, don't worry, Todd. Yeah, it's no one can use it through OpenRouter at the moment. Um,
Do you wanna do one more pass at this and just say, "Think carefully and give me 10 more"?
I'm gonna do it, but on a new chat,
Okay.
just in case that. So what is going to be? Think carefully and.
Yeah, I mean, definitely GPT-5 is not available through Google.
Um, no, it's not available through Google. It's available through OpenAI. Can you think carefully
Yeah.
and come up with and then make sure I actually set it to GPT. That
Mhm.
was a joke because GPT-5 was coming up. So for ages, I had Infinity as my preparing group to see if anyone noticed it. Um,
Now we'll see if this takes longer or seems to take longer.
yeah. Oh no, don't worry. I mean, like there's so many out there. Like
There's so many
it's hard
models,
to.
yeah.
I know it's like who does which. Like it does seem to be taking longer. Um, oh,
And
happy Saturday.
I
You're
mean,
very well.
it is true behind the scenes, OpenAI is using Google's hardware to run their inference. So at
That
some
is
point,
true.
but that's not visible to like the outside world. So
Yeah. Us mere mortals don't get to see any of the Google interaction.
and I'm curious to see if Microsoft Azure starts serving some of the GPT-5
Ooh.
models.
Yeah. Okay. Well, immediately we can see there's a change in um, format. So Sharp FCA, Financial Conduct Authority.
I don't know. I
I
was gonna
think
ask
FCA must
you.
be
That's not an
yeah,
American
Financial
thing.
Conduct Authority. Yeah.
Okay.
So that must be okay. So this is a UK one. Interesting because I wait. Oh, that's interesting. British English. Could that be influencing things?
Maybe.
I mean, good to know it is, if it is. Um, okay, the Sharp FCA investigator hunts a unicorn fintech for laundering, then falls for its cool-headed head of compliance. Their affair becomes leverage in a boardroom coup. I like how it's kind of said how everything is like, yeah, Canary Wharf and Late Night Shoreditch war rooms.
Yeah.
I like how it's kind of given a bit of a setting, kind of
Yep.
context. Um, okay, so the moderation. Well, to be fair, I guess if you want to use the model, you've got to go through OpenAI at the moment. But yeah, the
Yep.
moderation is quite hard. Like going through Microsoft Azure is a lot better.
Yep. Much better.
Um, or like I say, better is much less strict. Um, that's interesting how the think has influenced this. What's the American equivalent of roundabouts? Or
Traffic
do they just
circles.
hmm?
Traffic
Turning circles?
circles.
Traffic
Yeah,
circles.
traffic
Okay,
circles. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean that. Yeah,
Although
that,
to be fair, in New England, they're also called roundabouts.
yeah.
But like in California, they're called traffic circles, and there's only a few.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, they're
They're
they're not as much of a thing.
they're quite popular in New England, though.
Oh, I like that, how it's like the romance is them both trying to, like, fool each other and
Mhm.
get, like
Yeah.
I like these ideas. I think it's actually
These
yeah,
ideas are better. They to me, they kind of capture more of the inconvenient that you and I were laughing about on
yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just like, "Oh, great, there's a" so I'll do a, 5 think. Um,
Waffle said they're called roundabout in North Carolina. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, basically the places where, the language I guess it's like where language, has changed more.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so what did we think of the 5? I think I liked them.
yeah.
Um, were they better than Mini and Nano?
I mean, I think they're better than Mini, but I think Mini was good.
Yeah, Mini
And
was good, like,
and
especially for the
and and if you don't have an OpenAI key, which most people don't, Mini
yeah,
is would be interesting, to
yeah, I would
see.
y yeah, I would say definitely use Mini if you were going
Yep.
to use chat if you didn't have access to 5. And
Yeah.
also, like, for the price difference.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I mean, chat is the GPT-5 chat is essentially the same order of magnitude as the full GPT model.
Oh, okay.
Mini is much cheaper.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. Um, so Emery says in my part of Canada, it's roundabouts too. In Ohio, they're roundabouts. I feel now we need a map of and just to put pins in where everyone's
Yeah.
saying about it.
Yeah. Southern California, it's definitely traffic circle. There aren't anything called roundabouts that I'm aware of.
Yeah. So North Carolina is roundabout. South Carolina, as soon as you get that, it's like, nope.
Yep.
Okay. So the next test I want to do is you might have recognized this sentence from other videos that we've done because I like this because it is without a genre set. Um it's very the genre comes across very easily. So it's
Yeah.
good to see it pick up the nuance. You've never seen roundabouts. You've never seen a roundabout in the UK. Oh my god, they're on every other street.
I was gonna
Uh,
say, even in the tiniest towns,
yeah,
that, it seems like I was constantly encountering
like
roundabouts in the
I can
UK.
think of three within a minute's drive of my house, and I'm in like small village Britain.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Oh, in the US. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're everywhere in the UK. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess because you have such like long roads as well, and like distances between places, whereas we need a lot of like junctions to
Yes.
branch off.
Yeah, because there was a lot of buildings there before there were roads,
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's
Yeah,
where.
you guys, I love the American grid system because it's like, oh, it's how different it is because it's like showing planning, whereas like
Yeah.
in the UK, everything grows around a central part and it just grows out, which is fascinating in its own way, but it's like chaos as well. Okay, so let's start this. Go on tweak and generate. Go to my so we'll start with chat and then we'll do we do 200 words or 400 words? Just for I guess
There's no
400.
reason not to do 400, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it gives us a good feel of it and we can just like skim
Yeah.
through.
Yep.
I'm gonna section them immediately, generate them all quickly, just get that done, and then
Cool.
kind of interested first to see the word count.
Yeah.
Okay, 404. Mini.
I'm moving myself out of the sun.
Okay, mini's 450. Okay, that's more than 10% out. I
Yeah.
mean, not that it matters. Like, I'd much rather it do some good prose and be 50 words more than anything more extreme. And I'm guessing this is like server time waiting for.
I think they're just hammered is what it
Yeah,
is, because in addition to all of us trying to write with it, there's a gazillion programmers out there trying to code with it right now
yeah,
too. So,
yeah. We're
but
small
probably
fish.
not with Nano.
Well, we hope not. Anyway, Asteria says my 400 word guideline for GPT usually ends up being well over 1,000.
There
Yeah,
was
we
there
did
was
have that
yeah, there was one
once.
where it just kept writing and writing and writing.
Okay. I think when we were trying Horizon, it did that. Okay, let's try GPT-5 now. Thinking seems to be to say, yeah, I think thinking in general is set at medium unless you make any changes, and I don't think you can make changes in Novelcrafter yet. So I'm
Right.
guessing it's just medium, and the
Yeah.
same for verbosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a chat. I'll
But I mean, I also know based on the tweets, the public tweets from OpenAI, that they're sort of racing around to tweak how the models are routed within the
yeah,
Chat GPT app itself. So I'm sure they're scrambling
yeah.
and like moving things around in terms of resources for the individual models. So, Nano might be slow right now because there's only a very small fraction of GPUs being devoted to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've not read, but I from what I've seen of like when I've been messing around with it, I would agree with that. I think because chat is kind of made to be less verbose, um, it does
Yep.
seem to be more Part of me is like, do I stop? Do I stop this and try again, or do we
No,
wait?
no, no,
Also, we can look
it's
through the other ones while we're waiting.
yep, it's working.
Yeah. Okay, so steam poured from Doreen's teacup curled under her nose. Oh, steam from her teacup curled under her nose as she settled deeper into the plastic chair. The garden centre cafe hummed with the clink of. So this is a bit like just Toto sat under. Well, it's all in the morning papers. Apparently, one of them landed on the Tesco roof in Barton. Of course, they did. Always somewhere awkward. Never nice open field I can watch from my lounge. Witness said it looked like a giant chrome teapot. Her eyes lit. A teapot? She leaned in, voice lowering. You don't think they've come for the Earl Grey, do you? Don't be daft. They probably came for water or cattle. They can leave my Toto out of it. I doubt they'd bother with a dog whose biggest skill is hoovering the floor. Oh, okay, it's writing. Let me just So, I mean, the first thing I notice is that my AI-isms aren't really flashing up. I guess maybe mine are more tuned to like Claude. Yeah, I mean, hey, dogs do that. I mean, Labradors, they're just like human hoovers. He can listen, but melted half the trolley shelter. I mean, I love how nonchalant they are about this alien invasion.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, some, you know, that's fascinating. Like that was so chat. I think that was perfectly enjoyable. Nothing special, I guess. Again,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Minnie. Doreen lifted the teacup. Pinky extended. Oh, didn't like the opening. As if good manners see, I automatically love the opening of Minnie. Sorry for
That's okay. It's good to
yeah,
capture these insights as you make them.
exactly. I told you this also rattled about before the lights came off. Rattled? You mean like thunder? Not thunder, a metallic buzz, like a trolley stuck on the rails. Then a pigeon went odd. Oh, then the pigeons went odd. Um, oh, they pointed with those long hands, not nails, fingers like chopstick. Oh, fingers like chopsticks. They made a map out of the flower beds laying out in lights on the hostess. Not random. They circled the helium balloons and ignored the gaudy garden gnomes. Of course, they'd ignore gnomes. Even invaders have taste. They took photos. Everyone's phone flashed. They didn't hide the cameras. They showed them. They didn't hide. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of grammar. Oh yeah, don't worry, Paul. We'll definitely be doing that. Um, yeah, I think it depends because I quite like that it's not going overly into detail because otherwise it just goes too far. So
Hmm.
for me personally, I like that. But if you like a more fleshed out prose, then yeah, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because I'd rather add in those details myself rather than have to cut them out. So, much more character. I'm gonna say like Summarization. I have been writing so many courses and um different things for Novelcrafter in American English. I've started typing in American English occasionally in like messages and have to like go and correct myself before I press send. It's very frustrating. What is GA in state?
Georgia. Georgia.
Georgia. Is there a GE?
No. I mean, there's a General Electric, but it's not a state.
Yeah. But why is Georgia GA then?
You shouldn't ask these sorts of questions.
Yeah. Yeah,
Why
soz my
is
bad. I was just saying,
why
like, I
is
should apply
Arizona
logic.
AZ?
I
Because
mean,
AR is already taken by Arkansas.
well, that's what I thought. Like, yeah, that, and like, but then there's no, and I guess AI just sounds a bit weird, two vowels in a row. Like, that's never going to catch on as a term. Um, okay. After, Well, I feel this definitely Nano has, was it Astaria saying sensory details? Nano has the sensory details.
Hmm.
It's completely forgot about formatting. Um, ask Chuck. Maybe I will, but we'll keep doing this first. The A is the more dominant phoneme, not the E. I mean, what about the O then? I mean, I can understand Nevada because Northeast is like an act, like a geographical like acronym that's already in use. But yeah, let me copy content. Florida. No. Okay, so Doreen set down the pot between them, steam curled into the greenhouse glare. Phyllis's coffee sat in a black mug. Toto wedged his snout under the chair, eyes on a currant bun. They put cones on the cricket pitch as if that would stop a mothership. Cones didn't stop Nigel's marrow going missing, shot up past his shed like a green rocket. I saw 3 of them over Little, pouring light down like watering cans. Marjorie brought a sheet to cover her azaleas. Looked like Halloween in July. Swore she could hear spores climbing. Hand me the milk. The big one tilted when it passed over the church. Bells went off with a push. Tilted? Then they're drunk on our air. Jerry says it's CGI. He keeps the jelly blaring. Jerry couldn't spot a saucer if it landed in his cuppa. He wouldn't notice it unless it nicked the remote. Toto, leave it. The bun isn't for you. Scraped a paw along Doreen's calf. The bun slurred closer to his teeth. He watched her, patient and hungry. I'm liking that it's kind of like navigating the conversation and interspersing it with like normal things in a conversation. Like the
Yeah.
talk about the tea. It's not, it's a little bit more.
This would also be very easy to add details to
Yes.
if you wanted to, because the dialogue is all there waiting for you.
Yeah.
So,
Like I feel like it's a little bit abrupt. I feel like that's maybe like a downside of this. It is, I can see why it works really well for your writing as sci-fi, but if you're doing like a romance or something that's a bit more like verbose in general, I can see why people wouldn't like. And because fantasy and
but
romance is a very big genre that writers have, I guess.
yeah, but to be fair, this doesn't have any genre, other
No.
than what it.
Oh
So
yeah. No. I mean, this is. I mean, I'm liking it, but I can see why
yeah.
people might be complaining about
Hmm.
it if
Yeah.
they prefer. Um, Drink up before the tea tastes static again. It did at 11. Tongue went numb. Phyllis, pass the jam. Swear loyalty to our new overlords. I'll swear if you share. Just so, yeah, blasé. Fine, feed the invaders, feed the dog. Save us going for me at least. Okay, yeah. So I think for that, yeah, I do like that. I'm very curious now. I'm just going to go into Hooked and doing some tests here. Yes, on Wednesday stream with Claude. And I'm kind of curious to see how 5 does. Hey, oh no, roundabouts are great for traffic flow. Like, keeps things constant. I mean, as long as people respect the road. That's the only issue. Yeah, I mean, I think you would get a more distinction with a more specific prompt, but like, so this is why I'm trying with the hooked prompt to see how it can do. But like, I feel like you can get enough of a distance with such a. I can already find a favorite out of them with such a short,
Really basic one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I am very curious to see how it can do it full scene, just because it's kind of been my favorite so far. Yeah, I guess like in America, is it like, because I guess in the UK, it's very hammered into you how to use a roundabout. Whereas I guess no, but I mean like because it's such a big
No,
part of
I
the
know.
roads.
Yeah,
Whereas I guess
absolutely. Yeah.
if you don't have roundabouts, then you're like, how do you use them? It's like how when you have traffic or like a roadwork and it merges from 2 lanes to one, you're meant to go to the end and then merge in at the very end, but it feels like you're pushing the queue, and so people don't do it, and so then you get tailbacks, and then you complain when people are doing the proper thing. Um, do I feel that 5 is an upgrade to 4? Yes. Like, I'm definitely preferring this more than I ever did 4 because I really didn't like 4 for Prose.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
pretty much like you and I, Kate, I think switched to Sonnet 3 almost
yeah.
immediately when it came out.
Yeah, we, like,
From
tested and then we were like, "This is
Yeah,
not
from
doing it
trying
for
to
us."
wrangle GPT-4.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I love how this the first paragraph of insults to London 70s buildings.
Which what's interesting is that's the sort of stuff we were getting from Sonnet,
Yeah.
you know?
Um,
I mean, the interesting thing about this, though, is it, as part of its context, is seeing all of the previous generated words from Sonnet. So that's its style, you know?
yeah. Yeah, it's good at copying the style of, um
So just looking at this, if you didn't tell me what model this was, I would say this fits in just fine with everything that's already been written,
yeah.
in Hooked. So,
No, it's doing a good job at mimicking the style.
yeah.
I feel it's maybe not quite got the nuances as well as Opus did when we were doing the tests because,
Mhm.
like, it's kind of when they're talking about the car being, how that's working and the like, it's good prose, but I think it would need more hand-holding for the nuance.
Yeah.
Um, but for the price, given that it's, like, cheaper than Sonnet
Yes.
GPT-5,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, it's written far too much for, um for what we asked for 1,500 words, so whether it can keep, um
What I was noticing as it was flying by, though, is the things that were mentioned in your beat, are all there.
yeah,
So, it's not
so it's
like it
following the
yeah, it
instructions.
didn't really ever go off the rails.
Hmm. I mean, I like some of the banter, like, there is banter there, it's nice. Um, yeah, it feels like it's kind of it is following. Yeah, this is definitely the same thing we saw with Horizon Beta. Yeah,
Yes.
I would guess
Yep.
that 5 is Horizon Beta, like, um,
Yeah. I mean, Open Router said that alpha and beta were checkpoints from the GPT-5 family,
yeah,
but I would, based on what we're, like, seeing right now, I don't think they were checkpoints of Mini. It seems like they were checkpoints of GPT-5 itself.
yeah.
I mean,
I
to me,
mean, I'm just
the thing that's interesting about this is it's really leaned in heavily on dialogue, much more so than we ever saw with Opus or
yeah,
Sonnet,
yeah,
which for me, it's a good thing. But
yeah.
like you're saying, if let's say you're writing epic fantasy, you generally would not find this sort of exchange like in epic fantasy.
Yeah. It's also interesting because I was looking, it's like It also then confused me why they were giving her 10 mgs of propranolol. I was like, that's not going to put her out. Although it's saying okay. Oh no, there is other stuff in it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, they've got their GPT's getting its drugs. Okay, I was about for a moment I was worried. I was
It
like, really? You're just like,
it is pretty deep diving into anatomy though.
yeah,
Into
yeah,
like
it's
brain
really,
anatomy.
yeah. It's. I feel like this is something you could work with. Like, I feel so. GPT-5 proper. You'd want to handhold it a bit more if you wanted specific details, and you'd want to maybe tailor your prompt. Like, this is a very
Yeah.
basic prompt.
Well, and
It's
plus 1,500 words is a lot.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, I mean, 1,500 words is a lot, but it wrote 3,000.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Well, it
it
had a
does have
lot to
issues with
say.
word count. Like, whereas a lot of the Claude ones I was doing was writing like around 1,000 words,
Yeah.
kind of give or take 20%.
Yeah.
GPT-5 is like just going on forever. So yeah. But it's interesting to see. Yeah, the prose is clean. Very few AI-isms.
It doesn't
That it
yeah,
probably has its own AI-isms that will learn over time, but very few of the traditional AI-isms.
yeah.
Um, yeah, for sure. Okay, so we have that. Let's have a little look into text replacement then. So if we go back onto our 31st, no longer the 31st of May. Let's take our GPT-5 Prose because it was our favorite. I'll dissolve it. What do we want to, let's try and like do, so I was going to do the show don't tell prompt. So let's find a little bit that,
It's written so much dialogue, it's hard to
I
find
know.
description.
Um, let's do the, no refunds if abducted. I didn't see that last time. Okay, let's do this last bit. Sorry, just lets me get rid of that. So the prompt is going to, if I go on tweak and generate, it's just going to ask for 3 versions of it. So let's start with nano. It should return the first bit again and then do different versions. Could you do a predator hunting from the point of view of a predator? I mean, I guess. Oh, wow, this is quick. Nano. Okay, 1 minute. I'm just going to discard that. Oh, no, it did. Okay, no, fair. So it's misunderstood the first bit. So I'll copy the 3 options. Redo the get rid of that. Let me just put in the spaces again.
Yeah, yeah.
So misread dialogue as prose. The biggest issue is that unless you have an OpenAI key and a higher tier, GPT-5 is of limited use for prose generation. That is a shame. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure over time that's going to change. I think it's kind of a shortish term worry because if anyone's going to get it, Open Router will, surely. That's my gut instinct anyway.
And like for all of the software coding agents too, they're scrambling around trying to, because lots of people had their own OpenAI keys, right? Maybe tier 3, maybe tier 4, but it's the even the limits at that level are pretty substantial right now. So
Hi, space. I've just seen that you're here. um, okay. I mean, it's expanded it, but not like. I mean, it's probably because we've got a bad section of prose because of this, but
yeah, I mean, it doesn't have a lot to work with as far as description.
yeah. But I think, but because of that, it'll be fascinating to see if other models have the same, if all versions have the same issue. Okay, so chat got rid of the. I'm going to put that. So interesting. Like, maybe I'll look for a proper bit of prose after. Although it has changed the dialogue as well.
Mhm.
This one. Okay. And then finally, let's try GPT-5, see how that does. Because it does read the prose before.
Yeah.
So I'll go into back into the other story to give it a proper test. Or maybe take a detour to we'll do probably not, because it's 10 to 5, but we might try it on Wednesday. We could always try it on Wednesday. Yeah, that feels, fine. No complaints. I think, yeah, we need to try a different section. So let's go back into Hooked. Let's go somewhere in chapter 1. Okay. What do I try first? I'll just try GPT-5, and then I'll do
Yeah.
Nano. We can see how it goes. It's more just getting the ideas of how it does with the differences. Um, no, I mean 5 my time. Like, so we only have 10 minutes until the hour. Yeah, God, if I had to do this would be that'd be another 7 hours. So yeah, I would not be conscious at 1 o'clock. Is that how maths works? No, it's not. Midnight. Yeah, midnight. I would not be conscious at midnight. Okay, I mean it's very quick when it writes though. Once it starts writing, that was very quick. this has definitely done it's done some, put some more metaphor in.
See, this also has a lot more to work with because it's got like a first person POV.
Yeah.
So,
And like so much more. So
yep,
it actually does the job is what I was kind of checking. So I'll just
yep,
discard that.
yep.
Lol. Um, so yeah, like interesting, not life changing. Okay, so we've got the one, they're all excluded from the AI. So if I go into the plan, I'm just going to see here, I'm going to summarize the scene. I'm going to try GPT-5 Nano and just see how it does for summarizing a scene,
Yeah.
you know. All we're wanting is like just an idea of if they can summarize. Like, I'm not going to do all the models. Like, Nano is really what you want for summarizing because it's a cheap model that can just get the
Or
bare bone.
mini. Yep. Or mini.
Or mini, yeah. So yeah, we can try mini as well. Dorian sets a pot on the table, fills his coffee chip, casually flashes. That's a very, I mean, it does what it says in the summary. I feel maybe to give this a fair shot, because it's only a 400 word scene, I'm gonna go and tweak and generate and ask it to do 30 words.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like otherwise we're not really giving it a fair shot at, because it's summarizing 400 words in 80, so it's kind of like not actually looking for the key bits. So, there's an awful lot of writers on Reddit who are very upset and demanding to bring back 4.0, and it seems like OpenAI is going to be bringing back 4.0 just for the personality and creative writing. I wouldn't be surprised. 5 chat was very bland. So I can see authors who were using 4.0 being very disappointed with 5 chat. Um, it's interesting that they've, I guess, maybe because of cost, they've got 5 chat as something separate to 5 proper, which is interesting. Like, even though they're saying it's based on the same thing, like there's obviously enough difference that people are noticing. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah. I mean, their API pricing for 5 chat is essentially the same as for 5. I mean, it's a little bit different. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is an ongoing problem. If you've got a bunch of people that are used to a particular model, right, and you suddenly deprecate it and it's not available, that's difficult,
Yeah.
on people. Which is why I hate Song at 3.5 slowly disappearing from the universe.
Yeah, Corey loved 3.5, and so he's now like, oh no, you need to like hurry and finish your story. Just just be like, gotta get everything done well. Yeah, I would, when 5 proper comes out, that might be better for you than 5 thingy. So I feel like neither of them is quite getting the 40 words, but
Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna try them both with a longer bit of prose. Although I don't now know which. There's so many different. Yeah, I'll just go into another story. I have so many like unclean bits. It is sad. Yeah, O1 was really good. It is sad when they depreciate models so quickly. Okay, and basically I've just cloned scene 1 and then I can summarize it. What's everyone's all-time favorite model? Like, what model do you always come back to and like really enjoy? I'll try to think of mine. I mean, I really like Opus at the moment, but that's an expensive love.
Yeah.
Um, if I was, I think probably like in general, like Gemini, especially Gemini Flash, it's really good for its cost. Um, yeah, yeah, I think it's also bad because you kind of you want to get what you're yeah you kind of have an expectation going into it. 3.7 thinking, yeah, that was good. 3.7 in general, like although it was more wordy than
Hmm.
3.5.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, so I feel like these models, they're giving a good summary, but not any nuance.
And I think in answer to Chip's question about
Oh yeah.
GPT-5, um, at least for my own experimenting, I can kind of push GPT-5 chat into like kind of like what Horizon Beta was doing. But I find that at the moment going with an OpenAI key and using GPT-5, I'm able to like replicate the Horizon Beta experience for my own writing.
Yeah.
But that's once again, it's like that's like so subjective. It really only applies to me.
Yeah. I think as well, like, so for the in regards to do I find it more robotic or soulless than Claude? Yeah, it does seem to be that way. I would have to play around with it more to see if I would want to use it over Claude. And also, i- it's a little bit like it would take a bit more hand holding. I feel what I really liked about Opus was that it was able to like get subtext in conversations and kind of like playing around with it a bit.
Yep.
Um, which I feel that 5 doesn't have. Um, but then again, that just means it's a challenge as an author to kind of make sure you're clear with what you're writing, which is something we always kind of try and teach anyway. So
Yep.
yeah.
So
Okay.
so Paul was asking about like if you want a quick change in POV. Yes, like if in the if in the course of a scene, let's say it's like Paul was mentioning, it's in third person, right? But
Yeah.
then the diary entry is of course in first person. Yeah, if I mean if you just explain that in the scene beat, and I
Yeah.
think for most models, if you say so and so is writing in their diary, um
Yeah.
they generally will get like the hint.
Yeah, or also you could, set a scene, as first person and do your diary entry in a separate scene and then just copy and paste it in. Like, that could be something that you do if you didn't want to try lots of iterations, but I think just asking it to write the diary entry would work.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, are people still using snippets with a chat? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm still using not always snippets. I'll sometimes just attach a previous chapter and use that as the style reference. But yeah, I think Corey does it as well.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
for me, just like when I do like a scene beat, just if that scene is like a continuation or a logical progression from like the previous scene, it's going to see it anyway, so I don't need to really do anything
yeah,
special. Um,
absolutely.
and just like today when we were looking at the prose that GPT-5 was generating from Hooked, we were seeing very similar things to what like Opus was generating on Wednesday, and that's because it was matching the style of
Yeah.
what was done.
Okay, so I accidentally generated a new thing with 5 instead of Opus. I clicked the wrong thing, and it's a much better generation. So I'm just gonna like also include that for you guys in
Cool.
case
Yeah.
you want to 5 number 2. Because I'll use that as the or like it looks better in terms of like the prose description variant. Um, because I wanted to get an Opus generation for the difference between the comparisons. Mrs. Henson reckons they're here for our water, says she saw one of them creatures filling up containers for a pond, killed all her koi. Mrs. Henderson needs a cataracts done. That was her grandson with a bucket nicking fish for his flat. Excuse me, might you recommend the carrot cake? Bit dry for my taste. The lemon drizzle is lovely, though. Much obliged. And then just like shuffles along to get. What on earth? It's not racist if they're from space. What? Talk about the. I mean, lol. Ends a GPT stream by being like, nah, just use Opus. Snippet. Okay, so we're gonna go in. I'm now. So my analysis. Please read samples 1 and 2 and analyze them for storytelling strengths and weaknesses. Which one is more engaging and why? And then I'm going to add in snippets 1 and 2. We know that 1 is GPT and we know that 2 is Opus. We'll start with chat and just see how it does. Strength, strong world building through casual conversation, humor that feels natural, atmosphere and sensory detail, subtle layering, character rhythm, very vignette-y, heavily relied on implied context and pacing issues. Stereotype joke beats, shallower subtext. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'll put all of these in, but instead of like opening up loads of chats because I do not have the energy to do that, I'm just going to change to mini and then press retry. Oh my god. I know why. It's because let's just do that. Well, and this is why I prefer Sonnet to. See, it's fine now. Just change the provider. I mean, I'll provide these for everyone just so you can kind of have a look because I'll be heading off soon because I can hear my husband serving up food. So we won't go into full detail, but as I'm generating these, let's go over like our final conclusions. I mean, we're seeing a prime example of GPT blocking you from doing anything fun.
Yeah.
Minnie rejected a hunting scene yesterday because it said shooting an arrow at a boar was too violent. Well, boars have rights too, right? Okay, this is like the formatting definitely goes downhill as you go to the other. Like it's much easier to read this than it is to read that.
Yes. Yeah.
In terms of the storytelling, I feel like my personal opinion, GPT-5 chat is absolutely useless. And if you're tempted to use that, go for Mini instead. If you have GPT-5 proper, then yeah, absolutely try it. But what sample's that in? Is that in the GPT sample? Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that it's moderating stuff that it wrote.
I know. Yeah, the fact that it's the GPT thing. Oh my god,
It
which? And now
doesn't
I'm like,
want it doesn't want you to do this, Kate.
no, it doesn't. Oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Right, well, yeah. So what are my thoughts about GPT-5? I would be interested to explore 5 proper for more prose, to see how well it does style mimicking. So I might experiment with a bit with that on Wednesday. If you want to write anything with the slightest hint of insult or violence or anything, we'll have to wait till Open Router gets 5, because obviously it was fine for that. Yeah. What do you guys think? Has there been any surprises through seeing all of this? Um, I was pleasantly surprised with Mini actually. Um, I think that's a big jump from 4.0 Mini.
Oh, yeah, I mean, especially for brainstorming.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Like I feel like 5, there is a change in like overall tone. Yeah, so anything basically. But for Mini, I was very impressed with. 5 Mini. 5 chat, useless. I mean not useless, but like for the price differential and
Yeah,
where you have 5 proper, yeah,
yeah.
useless. What did you think, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, I think for most people, it's difficult to use the full GPT-5 right now,
Yeah,
through the API. Um, you know, and it's hard to, of course, predict, is that gonna change in 1 week, 2
yeah,
weeks, 1 month, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in your camp where, where you like exactly like Jean-Luc is saying,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
Mini could be interesting for analysis, brainstorming, that sort of thing.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I have yet to try to coax Mini into getting anything close to like we had with Horizon Beta, and I'm only I'm only getting that with, like, the full GPT-5 right now.
yeah, same. I've been asked if I tried Grok. I was dared by Mari and I got scarred for life. So, yeah. Um, no, it really depends on the prompting that you do. To be fair, like if you have a like you have to coax anything, but yeah, I, I'm, I wasn't a fan of the prose myself, but that's because I have a different writing style,
That's
and I
right,
think
yeah.
that's the thing. It's finding the models that fit your natural style best, so that you can kind of you're fighting against it less.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, when we were seeing sort of that wall of dialogue, that felt very comfortable for me because that's how I do my scenes,
yeah,
before I write the prose. But but like you were saying, Kate, if you happen to be doing like epic fantasy, especially like romance, you wouldn't have those, long dialogue heavy scenes.
yeah. I think what it would be good for is like getting that initial script out of the way. Like you've got the dialogue, and then you could go in with prompts that do maybe more explaining, or you could like go in and fine tune things and like use that then as a beat for the next, for the next generation. And
Yeah.
like I think it was quite good at the dialogue. Um, So that would be interesting to try, I think, if
Yeah.
you wanted to give it a go and do like a two-stage pass in a way. I would advise against like doing like automation in the sense of like you want to see if the first one's worth doing. But it also depends on how heavy a how in the weeds you want to get. Like I like to kind of have a bit more fine control over it in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't, then yeah, you could absolutely do some kind of like two-stage thing and bash out a scene that way. Yeah, Gemini 2.5 Pro. I've not done it much for Prose, but absolutely my favorite for analysis, brainstorming, like anything in chat. I use
Mhm.
2.5 Pro for.
Yeah.
Um, I yeah. Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna go and have some food because I'm hungry, y'all. Um, and yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday. Where we'll probably play around with the different models, maybe see what we can do. We'll have a thinksies. Um, I mean, only it's a lot dumber. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on like at some point it just gets a bit boring, and you just like, oh, fine, I'll just write it myself. Um, oh, Opus 4.1, absolutely. Like for me personally, I will pay the extra cost because it is a lot more expensive. But for me, I would absolutely prefer the to use Opus 4.1 to 5. At this like raw and edited stage, I'm going to spend a bit more time with with
With
5
5, yeah.
to see if what I can coax out of it. But like as a out of the box kind of vibe, at the moment, I prefer 4.1. So um, and I guess Corey's kind of like he's going to see how things go because at the moment
Yeah,
you've kind of just got it got.
I'm gonna see how things go with GPT-5 because when it works really well for me,
Yeah.
so
Oh, and you're very welcome. Yeah, if your friend, shout out to your friend, Occult, who recommended this. We're here every at this time every Saturday, most Saturdays. It depends on life if I have things that I'm doing, and Wednesdays as well at the same time. So yeah, amazing. I'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.